Hey 49ers fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Chat Sports, and on this Victory Monday, we have a very fresh San Francisco 49ers news and rumors video. All the news, all the latest rumors, everything we've heard based on the next, not even 24 hours since the 49ers' big win over the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 2. If you missed my grades video, I graded the entire game. It's up on our 49ers Only YouTube page. Go ahead and check that one out. www.chatsports.com/49ers. Plenty of stuff still going on in the world of the 49ers. Let's jump right in to the news about Joe Staley. And of course, we knew this news was not going to be good, but it is official. He has a broken fibula that occurred in the game, late in the game last week, or late in the game yesterday, I should say. He is going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks right now. And the Niners' big problem is who is going to fill the left tackle spot on this football team. There are a couple of options that they can do. 3 options to be exact. Number 1 is what they did what they did yesterday. Let the rookie Justin Skole fill his spot. Skole came in after Staley went out and filled in at left tackle and did a pretty good job. Wasn't any glaring issues from what I saw when I was watching the football game. To me, that's the most likely scenario right now going forward, going into Week 3 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 2, you could move Mike McGlinchey over to left tackle and then put Skole or someone else over at right tackle. You know, you want to protect the blind side, you move your best remaining tackle over to the left. That would make sense, but it also creates a little bit of mismatching on the offensive line, because you're not only removing a right tackle to a left tackle, you're removing the chemistry of the right guard and the right tackle. I would be a lot more comfortable with Justin Skole being on the left side. He's a rookie. You know, he drafted him very, very late, but at the same time, you know, welcome to the show, kid. You get baptism through fire is how it's going to work here, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are a very good pass rushing team. I think they had 6 first half sacks of Russell Wilson yesterday in their loss to the Seattle Seahawks. So the only other option would be, and I've seen this one floating around a lot, is that they make a trade for somebody. Obviously, you think someone like Williams, the left tackle over there in Washington, would make a lot of sense. But the problem is you're giving up a lot for someone who is going to fill a hole for 6 to 8 weeks, because you expect Joe Staley to come back from this injury and be good to go. And 6 to 8 weeks is not that long overall. Yeah, you're kind of getting close to the playoff push, and yeah, the Niners could be, 7-2 whenever you get there, or 8-2, or whatever it is. But not 8-2. I guess they'd be 7-0 or 5-2, whatever the numbers are. I'm trying to do math in my head. It's early here on a Monday as we try and get you guys all wrapped up on all the 49ers news and rumors, but you could technically make a trade for a guy like Trent Williams and bring him in. But again, if Staley's going to be coming back, I would at least give Skole a week to figure it out, right? Full week of practice as the starting left tackle, a full game. If he's absolutely terrible, then you start thinking about other options. But if he holds down the fort just fine, like he did late in this football game, I think he earns the right to be the left tackle. That's why you drafted him, and you're just going to have to play with one less guy. Welcome to the NFL. People get injured all the time, and it stinks that Staley had to go down. But next man up, and hopefully he's able to hold down the fort. But again, the entire offensive line did a great job yesterday, because I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo was sacked. I think he only had 2 quarterback hits, is the numbers I'm trying to remember from my grading video yesterday. I think that's right. They barely got to him. You guys were watching the game just like I was. He had plenty of time to throw, was under duress basically never, and credit the offensive line for doing that. Yes, Staley is a huge part of that, and yes, he's one of our best players, but the entire offensive line is kind of clicking on all cylinders right now, and it was really good to see yesterday. Okay, what should the Niners do at left tackle with Joe Staley out? Should they move McGlinchey over to the left? Should they leave Skole in? Let me know what you guys think down below. Make a trade. If you have a trade suggestion, pop it in down below in the comments as well. Also, get your 49er mailbag questions in right now using the hashtag 49ers. Ask your questions. We're planning on doing a mailbag video coming up here in the next couple of days. I always like to answer them. So again, get your 49ers mailbag questions in as quickly as possible. The sooner you do, the better chance you have of me being able to answer your question. All right, moving on here. This is really, really big news. The 49ers might not be seeing Big Ben Roethlisberger when the Steelers come to town next week. Now, we're still waiting, depending on when you watch this video, for the official MRI results on Ben Roethlisberger's elbow. They knew he had some sort of elbow tendonitis going into this football game, but he did leave yesterday, basically at halftime, and backup Mason Rudolph played the entire half in the 28-24 loss to the Seattle Seahawks. The question is now, Is this going to be a lingering thing? Is Big Ben out for weeks, or is it more like a day-to-day? We knew that this possibly could happen. He'll rest up and be fine. I don't think he's going to play. If I had to put my best guess on what Big Ben is going to do this weekend, I would expect him to be out. I expect him to be out multiple weeks, but again, depending on when you watch this video, we have not yet gotten the MRI results whenever I film this, so you probably can be watching this and going, oh, he is going to be out, or oh, he's going to be just fine. We'll have to wait and see, but right now, I would put my money on the fact he's not going to be playing on Sunday in Levi Stadium, which means Mason Rudolph, the rookie out of Oklahoma State, is going to be, or I guess it'd be a second-year rookie out of Oklahoma. Second-year draft pick, out of Oklahoma State is going to be the backup there. I actually, whenever I was attending Baylor and calling Baylor football games, called some Mason Rudolph games while I was there. He's a gunslinger. You know, he can throw the football. I looked pretty good last week, so we'll see what happens. But again, a big blow for the 0-2 Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to preview this later on in the week, but just know the Steelers are going to be coming in backs against the wall. Like ultimate backs against the wall. Now, it's good to not have Ben, because that helps out the 49ers, and the 49ers defense has been fantastic regardless, but it's going to be a massive, massive game at Levi Stadium coming up this Sunday in the afternoon. You've been seeing some stats flash across your screen. I believe this is the last time from my research that Big Ben played the 49ers back in 2015. 21 of 27, 369 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, that was like forever ago, so we can't even really base anything on that. But again, two franchises that really don't play each other that much in recent history. All right, question. How are you feeling about the Niners' chances going into Sunday? Gotta be feeling good, right? We're 2-0, flying high. You know, there are only so many 2-0 teams left in the NFL, so it's a good day overall for the Niners, but I'm curious you guys' chances going into the Pittsburgh game, because yes, they're 0-2, but they're probably the best 0-2 team right now in the National Football League. All right. Here's one that's been floating around for the past couple of days, but I've been waiting for this video to kind of jump on it. It's the possibility of the 49ers trading for the safety Minkah Fitzpatrick from the Miami Dolphins. Listen, Kwan Williams has struggled in the slot as of late. Gave up a big play to John Ross yesterday. He has not been an anchor at the nickel cornerback position playing in the slot. He's been serviceable and led the team in tackles yesterday, actually. But that the Niners are trying to upgrade that secondary even more, Minkah Fitzpatrick could make a lot of sense. Now, the Dolphins have told Minkah he can seek a trade. So Minkah's agent's on the phone right now, calling people, hey, San Francisco, you want my guy? What would it cost? But it looks like the cost is going to be a first-round draft pick. I have heard multiple reports from sources that the Dallas Cowboys are deep into trying to make a trade for him. Not deep, but they have made some offers. Some other teams have made some offers, but it looks like the Dolphins are going to be kind of stuck on that one, or the first-round draft pick and maybe a late-round draft pick as well. And if the Niners did acquire him, he's basically going to take over the nickel. Like, he would be the slot guy ahead of Kwan Williams. Now, a fantastic player. 2018, 51 solo tackles, 9 pass defenses, and 2 interceptions. He's an elite safety in the secondary who can, again, play safety, play in the slot. He's great in coverage. He's great tackling. He's an all-around guy coming out of Alabama. Great size, great speed, and can hit you in the mouth as well. And you get him cheap. I'm all for the trade. I just got to make sure that you don't give up the moon. Like a second-round draft pick, I would totally do it. I think any team in the NFL right now should trade a number 2. But if other teams, like we're hearing, like the Cowboys are offering a 1 now, then how much more can the Niners, compensate there? I don't know if they're gonna make a trade for him, but know that they are most likely making phone calls trying to just check in, because every single NFL team right now wants to get a hand or a piece of the Minkah Fitzpatrick pie, especially right now when it's early on in his career. Question, would you give up a second-round pick for Minkah Fitzpatrick if you could just do a second? And that's it. Would you do it? Let me know your guys' thoughts on trading for Minkah. We'll see what happens here in the next couple of days, but know that a lot of football teams are very interested in acquiring the Dolphins safety services. Okay, next little bit of news and rumors here. This one's for you guys, okay? I am an honest man. I am a man who will come to you in the 49ers report and report exactly what I'm hearing, exactly what the news is, and then if I'm wrong, I'll come back and I'll let you guys know that, hey, listen, didn't work out, or I was wrong about it. I have said for multiple weeks, because there have been rumblings, by the way, that the Niners could be interested in trading for Melvin Gordon, right? I mean, potentially you trade for a second or third round draft pick. Remember we had this whole conversation? I wouldn't do it for a first, but I'd do it for a third. Be nice to add an elite running back into this group. Here's the deal. The Niners proved again yesterday that they have no need for a running back. Something you guys have yelled at me in the comments for, and I'm acknowledging that you guys were correct. 259 yards rushing for the 49ers yesterday in that football game. They have absolutely balled out. They're the 4th best running team in the National Football League right now, and it's all without Tevin Coleman. I mean, look at the stats right here. All 3 running backs yesterday. Breida. I mean, look, first off, look how balanced this is. Breida, 12 carries for 121 yards, 10.1 yards per carry, by the way, which is ridiculous. He is, like, elite right now. He had that one cut, that one, like, juke step back that was... Good Lord, it was like Michael Jordan crossing someone over. It was crazy. Mostert, 13 carries for 83 yards, also had the big receiving touchdown on the screen, and Jeff Wilson Jr. got called up. We all said he looked really, really good. You guys said it too. Here he is, 10 carries for 34 yards, a 3.4 yards per carry average. The Niners don't need to add another running back. You could make the argument that Tevin Coleman coming back could mess up the gelling of this running back group right now, because I think Breida has shown that he is, like, worthy of the number 1 running back position, and Mostert has been absolutely fantastic, especially yesterday, filling in as the number 2 running back in this group. Now, when Coleman comes back, not saying we don't want him, because we definitely do, and the more the merrier, but the 49ers are so loaded at running back that I have to come here and say, guys, it's not like I was clamoring for Melvin Gordon, but I did report the news multiple times, and a lot of you guys were like, whoa, relax, we're fine. Here we are. You guys were right. The Niners' rushing offense is so darn good. If they keep this up, all right, you talk about the offensive line needs to hold up, the receivers got to hold up, the defense. If the 49ers can run the football like they have been doing in the past 2 weeks, the sky is the limit for this football team right now, because it's so darn hard to defend. Plus, you have Kyle Shanahan scheming wide receivers wide open like Marquise Goodwin yesterday. I mean, it's an easy job for Jimmy Garoppolo. He was great at it yesterday, but it's just a great day for a quarterback when you can turn and give to a running back who's going to get you 10.1 yards per carry, and then look to your left on play action and see a wide open Marquise Goodwin by like 30 yards, just go like, oh, I got you, boop, right there, touchdown. Great day overall for the Niners offense. Wanted to give you guys credit where credit is due. I want you to be honest with me, though, now. Answer this question. Are you surprised the Niners are this good at running back? Now, with McKinnon going out and Coleman going out, did we expect this? I know we thought that Breida was great. Like, all of us love Matt Breida, but did we expect him to be 259 yards rushing good? I don't know. Remember, they held the Seahawks to under 100 yards rushing last week, so it's a credit to the Niners for being that great. Okay, again, 49ers mailbag coming up here in the next couple of days. Use the hashtag 49ers and get your questions in down below. I love the questions. I answer as many as possible. Let me know what you guys want answers to, and I will do it. All right, finally, NFC West standings after 2 weeks. Here's how it stands. You have a 3-way tie atop the NFC West. Niners, Rams, and Seahawks. The Rams yesterday did beat the New Orleans Saints 27-9. Goff wasn't that great, but the defense was absolutely fantastic. Now, they did knock out Drew Brees in this game. He's going to be out for looks like 6 to 8 weeks with a torn, I believe, ligament in his thumb. But the Rams right now are flying high and look to be kind of right back on track to where they were last year, pre-Super Bowl run, whenever they were dominating people in the regular season. Seahawks also got a win on the road in Seattle, on the road in Pittsburgh, 28-26. Big Ben got knocked out of this game, and they faced Mason Rudolph. Now, again, you want to get a good feel about how the Steelers are going to be against the Niners next week. Watch the second half. Go rewatch the second half of the Seahawks game, because they play really, really well. Their secondary is very, very beatable, but their pass rush is pretty darn good, and that's going to be a big key we're going to factor in here and really kind of hone in later on in the 49ers report here on Chat Sports later on in the week. Cardinals 0-1-1. They did lose to Baltimore, but they're better than people are going to give them credit for. The Cardinals are a 5-6-7 win football team, but they're a tough out. 27-17 yesterday. They kind of not held Lamar Jackson in check, but I guess held him more in check than what the Dolphins did, but that's not really saying much. So again, I don't think we're going to walk over the Cardinals. I think we'll win both games, but it's not going to be like 31-10. It'll be more like 24-21, 24-17, because the Cardinals, again, have talent, and Murray is doing a lot of little spurts here and there of being pretty darn good. But those are your standings right now. And the Niners, enjoy it, baby, atop the NFC West after 2 weeks. Tied right now with the Rams and Seahawks, and again, we'll be taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers coming up here in the next couple of days. All right, final question. How are you guys feeling about this 49ers team 2 weeks in? How do we feel? I mean, overall, listen, the Staley injury stinks, and it does, when we talked about it. Like, I mean, and again, depending on when you watch this video, we could get more news that it's, or actually, no, sorry, the Staley video, depending on when you watch this, he's out for 6 to 8 weeks is what it looks like right now. The Big Ben news is what we're waiting on as well, depending on when you watch this video. But again, overall, you've got to like what you've seen from this football team. The defensive line yesterday was fantastic. The secondary was really, really good. The linebackers are insanely good. Fred Warner and Kwan Alexander. And the running game is the 4th best running game in the National Football League right now. Gotta give credit where credit is due. We're flying high. We're excited. Let's go for 3-0 next Sunday at 4:25 Eastern time, I think, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we'll see what happens. Again, all time we have for today. For Chat Sports, I'm Thomas Mott. Signing off. Plenty of videos coming later this week. Be sure to subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day.